Hello, and welcome to another episode of Healing from the Mess with me, Lizzy. I did some thinking yesterday when I was thinking about how I really wanted to call my mom. And I've been feeling that way, and I really feel like I should talk to her. And I remembered why I was going to start, why I had started limiting her access to me. And what I figured out, what I remembered is when I told her the day I was going to tell her we were moving, which was January of 2023, because I wasn't sure until then. I was still kind of on the fence. Am I really sure we want to do this? This is really the right move. And it wasn't until the day before I saw her, which the weird thing is coincidentally a year later was the same day the last time I heard from her, a year later. She came at me, screaming at me about how I didn't tell her. And I told her, I said, I just became 100% certain that this is what I want to do, that this is the right move for our family. That's why I didn't say anything. I don't want to say, I'm one of those people who I don't want to say anything until I know for certain that's the right move. All right? That I'm 100% certain that I know what I'm talking about. She knows this about me. At least she used to. Because she was all mad because her husband found out before her. Because my husband told him. I wasn't keeping it from you. I wasn't there. He was really excited. He couldn't believe that I was even thinking about doing it. So he's going to tell his friends. I wanted to tell her. Not my fault. Your husband told you. Like, I hadn't got there yet. So I remember that. I remember remember when it wasn't really good for mental health and you were suicidal? And remember that when, yeah, I was up here. It was 2020. It was the school year that was going to go 5 weeks in and turn to virtual. It was the first school year any of us ever had to go through with our kids going to school during a pandemic. And I was up here with 3 kids by myself because my husband had to go back downstate to work. This is not the same situation. I am not in that position because it's all 5 of us here. And when I started remembering all of that, that's when I realized that there was a reason why I quit talking to her. When I found out that she lied about my father, that's what broke it. That's what was like, there's no coming back from this, because if you can manipulate your own child, who's to say I can manipulate your grandchildren? And I know she tried with my oldest. I wish I could remember the questions. I remember this kid coming to me and asking me off the wall questions. And I would just be like, what? No. Or I would be like, and I would explain whatever it was. So I know she tried with my oldest. I know she did. I stopped it. Even though you know you're doing the right thing, it doesn't make it easier. Walking away from my mother was one of the hardest things I've ever done. I hate that she can't be in my life. I hate that we can't have a relationship. I hate that there is no fixing this. And I hate that I can't just tell people. It makes me angry. And then it makes me thankful they don't understand. Well, I'm glad you don't know what that's like. I'm so glad you had a supportive parent. I'm so glad that you had the love you needed and you had the support you deserved. I am very happy for them. They had that. And they can't even fathom or understand it. I know I'm not alone. This Mother's Day was hard for me. It was hard. I almost picked up smoking again. Luckily, I found them disgusting and I took 2 puffs and threw it away into our burn pit. But I almost started smoking again. I've almost started vaping again because it's a lot. Oh, excuse me. It's a lot. And I wish it wasn't. This would be the first birthday without her. Most of the time, I'm good and I'm okay. But there are days that are really hard, and today's a hard day. Not for any particular reason. It just is. School's getting out. The summer is very different from last. It's busy. This whole month is busy. Looking forward to next month. Looking forward to all the fun we're going to have this month, but I'm also looking forward to next month. And I'm going to do the same thing for my birthday that I did last year. I'm going to go to the beach early with my youngest dog. And I'm going to go in the water. I'm actually going to swim this time with her. We're going to swim. We're going to have a good time. And it's going to be good. And I'm going to. I'm just going to treat myself well and have a good day. I have a plan in my head for my oldest birthday. I don't know how we'll do. Because I don't think we've ever done this before. But there's a hotel near us that has an indoor water park. And I was like, why don't we do that? Why don't we we all go together, right? So me, the kids, all his brothers and my husband, and then they go home and him and I have a fun night just watching scary movies and hanging out in a hotel room, and then we go home the next day. So I'm thinking about doing something like that for his birthday. Because he gets to use it with his brothers, but then he gets to have just mom and him time. And we can go play in the arcade and have some good dinner. I think we're going to do that. So I'm going to have to plan that before it books out. But I'm going to have fun. I'm going to have a good time. And everything is going to be good. I am so much better now. And now I just have to embrace it and feel and deal with the difficult days when they come and embrace and enjoy the good ones when they're here. So I appreciate you being here, and I hope you will join me next time for another episode of Healing from the Mess with me, Lizzy.